One day, after eating his fill of butter, Bhagavan ate mud. He loved rolling in the dust of Vraja, but on this day he ate it as well. All his little Gopa friends ran to Yashoda Maya to tell her the story. A frantic Yashodaji then ran to her child, holding both his hands tightly in hers. She scolded him and addressed him in a formal manner, as a parent reprimands a child, using the child's full name. Chastising her little Krishna, Mother Yashoda demanded an explanation. She said, "Tell me, why did you eat mud?" एकदा क्रीडमानास्ते रामाद्या गोपदारकाः कृष्णो मृदं भक्षितावानिति मात्रे न्यवेदयन् श्रीकृष्ण उवाच नाहं भक्षितवानम्बा सर्वे मिथ्याभिशंसिनः यदि सत्यगिरस्तर्हि समक्षं पश्य मे मुखम्. Bhagavan pleaded innocence and replied, I did not eat mud, mother. Naham bhakshitavanamba. His mother said, but all your friends are saying you did. And not only they, but even your brother Balarama says so. Bhagavan coolly replied, they are all liars. Which mud did I eat? Yashodama chided him. So they all are liars, is it? And you are the only one telling the truth? Bhagavan replied again, if you think I am lying, look in my mouth and see for yourself. Yadi satya girastarhi samakshang pashya me mukham. After all, what greater means of knowledge is there for most people? Most of us say, seeing is believing. Most people are more willing to believe something seen versus something heard. So Yashoda Maya said, very well. If that is the case, then open your mouth and show me. So Bhagavan opened his mouth. And when she looked into it, what did she see? She saw space, the 5 elements, the directions, the sun, the moon, planets, stars, galaxies, and 5 subtle elements. All of Vraja, all living beings, including their karmas, attributes, and even their samskaras. She saw the entire cosmos. She even saw herself standing and rebuking Krishna. The last time she had seen the entire cosmos in her son's mouth a few weeks back, and she had shut her eyes then. But this time she did not. Instead, she began contemplating. King swapna etaduta deva maya king va madiyo bad buddhi moha. She thought, is this a dream? Or is this the Lord's Maya? Has my mind become deluded? Or does my child have some yogic power? When she began pondering like this, Bhagavan decided to put a stop to it. Typically, when people contemplate on Maya, they become completely confounded. However, the Lord knew that if Mother Yashoda kept deliberating like this, she would soon realize his true nature. And once this happened, how could his childhood pranks and plays continue? His mother would simply start worshipping him. So, Shukadevaji said, this is why Bhagavan cast his Maya over her, so that she would see and love him only as her son. We saw earlier that Bhagavan's Maya is of two types. One is the kind that deludes his devotees, Swajana Mohini, and the other is the kind that deludes everyone else, Vimukha Jana Mohini. And in this case, the Lord wanted Mother Yashoda's love for him to grow so that all his leelas could be played out with ease. So when she started recognizing her Krishna as Bhagavan, and the world no longer appeared the same as before, Bhagavan intensified his Maya and made her forget what she had seen. She soon gathered her child in her lap and showered him with love. Now, this incident indicates that if we reflect on Maya with our eyes open, all illusions will disappear and the truth will reveal. Just as we saw why the Lord closed his eyes, we will now reflect on what various saints have said about why he ate mud. First interpretation. In villages, when milk or butter is kept in a vessel, that vessel is eventually washed with a type of mud, that is a cleaning agent. Sri Krishna would see this being done every day. So he thought, I ate butter first. Now, to cleanse my mouth, I will eat mud. The second interpretation. In Sanskrit, Raja means mud. It also means Rajoguna or Rajas, which is the expression of Maya as agitation. The Lord said his disposition is typically sattvic. But since he had come to slay asuras, he could not do so while remaining calm and quiet, established in sattva. He had to fight and slay demons. So he decided to eat mud in order to increase his Rajoguna. See, whereas we all need to strengthen our sattva, the Lord needs to increase his Rajas, because he had to accomplish many feats and therefore he ate mud. Now the third interpretation. The Lord always walked barefoot in Vraja. So all the Vraja is verily the dust of his holy feet. The Lord thought, everyone sings such lofty praises of the dust of my feet. So let me see how it tests. And the Lord ate mud to see for himself. The fourth interpretation goes like this. The Lord's stomach houses the entire cosmos, including all jivas. Many jivas wondered, everyone in Vraja is enjoying the dust of the Lord's lotus feet. But how will we ever get it? The Lord said, if that is the case, then I will eat a little of it so that you all can get to taste it as well. Thus the Lord ate a little bit of mud. The fifth interpretation. Another name of Mother Earth is Kshama. Kshama means forgiveness. Bhagavan thought, I have to play so many divine leelas with my coward friends. We will all play together, but they will not know who I am. They will remain unaware of my true nature as the Supreme Lord. As a friend, some of them will hit me, beat me. They may even commit a grave wrong against me. At that time, I should know well how to forgive them. In whichever way they behave with me, I should have the ability to forgive them. By eating a small portion of the earth, I will take in enough forgiveness by which I will be able to forgive them if they do something inappropriate. This is why Bhagavan always forgives everyone. Number 6, the sixth interpretation. Little children always eat mud. There ends the matter. Where is the need to analyze so much? Why did he eat mud? And so and so? Because he felt like it. Who are we to forbid it? Simply put, this is merely a child's innocent play. All children eat dirt, and the Lord said, if all children eat dirt, then why shouldn't I? There is no need to apply excessive logic and reasoning here. The only purpose behind all these explanations is to ensure our devotion for God grows. If little Krishna opened his enchanting eyes, then we contemplate on why he opened them. If he closed his eyes, then we contemplate on why he closed them. And if he ate mud, then we reflect on why he ate it. Whatever contemplation is done on any of these points is only to revel in the bliss of the Lord's divine play. This was the Lord's Leela of eating mud. The Lord thus brought everyone in Gokula blissful delight through his divine sports. Raja Parikshita then asked Shri Shukadeva ji with wonderment, Nandaha kim akaro the Brahman? Which meritorious deeds had Nanda and Yashoda performed, that even though Shri Krishna was born as the son of Vasudeva and Devaki, they received all the joy of his entire childhood and play? How did they acquire such incomparable great fortune? Drono vasunang pravarodharaya saha bharyaya karishyamana deshan brahmanastam uvachaha. Shri Shukadeva ji said, Nanda Baba was once a Vasu named Drona, and Dhara was his wife. The couple received Brahmaji's blessings for their great fortune in this life. Krishno Brahmana Deshang Satyam Kartung Vraje Vibhu Saharamo Vasangsakre Teshang Priti Swalilaya. Krīṇi bho phalaniti śrutva satvaramachyutaha phalarthi dhanyamādāya yayo फलप्रदाः फलविक्रयिणी तस्या च्यूतधान्य तरद्वयम् फलैर पूरयाद्रत्नैः फलभाण्डमपूरे च. One day, a fruit seller reached outside Nanda Baba's house. The one who bestows the fruits of everyone's karmas is none other than Bhagavan. But here, Shukadevaji said, when Bhagavan heard the fruit seller say, fruits, fruits, buy fruits, ripe fruits for sale, he ran outside to her as fast as he could. His tiny feet ran with jingling bells. Anduge padgavo kala, anduge kiroge je, dim dhimi 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 henuta. And his little hands carrying grains in them as payment. In his excitement with the short and hurried steps, the grains in his hands spilled all along the pathway. When he reached the fruit seller, he happily put forward his little hands, both of which were almost empty by that time. The fruit seller was so enchanted by his sweetness and beauty that she instantly and joyfully overfilled his tiny hands with the best fruits in her basket. And in that very instance, what did Bhagavan do? Bhagavan filled her entire basket with precious gems, and only when she reached home, she looked into her basket and saw all the rare jewels that the Lord had gifted her. Bhagavan's sweetness and opulence are so wonderfully exhibited in this episode that if we can contemplate on this episode and on the form associated with this, we can have the pure devotion on the lotus feet of Shri Bhagavan. Hare Krishna.